Hi, everybody. This is Marie.
And this is Meg, and this is Mission
Mission
Possible.
Impossible. All
Okay.
right. So this is our month one mission SITREP. If you're not familiar with the term SITREP, that is situation report. So we're going to start with Meg's story and how her first month has gone. Meg, where are you reporting from this month?
This month I am reporting from Bear Country, Montana.
Amazing. So how long have you been in Montana and how much longer do you have?
I've been in Montana a few weeks. This is our last week in Montana, so we're trying to get all sorts of fun stuff in, horseback riding, zip lining, all that good stuff.
Awesome. Well, let's go over to you. Since for those of you who are new to joining us, we are actually not in the same areas of the country at the moment. So we are doing this check-in by Zoom, and Megan has done a recording for us of her first month. And so we'll take a look at that, and then we'll be back with you, and I'll share with you how my first month went.
Good morning. It is the end of month one for me on OPTAVIA, and I'm getting ready to weigh in. As you might be able to tell from the headboard, I am at a hotel. I've been traveling, and I didn't really have access to a scale at first, but I did find one at Goodwill for $5. So thanks, Goodwill. I'll be going to the restroom and weighing myself to see what my results have been for the first month. So I've officially weighed in, and I'm really excited to share the first month's results from OPTAVIA. Drum roll, please. In the first month on OPTAVIA, I lost 14.2 pounds. Oh my gosh, that is so much weight. I have a lot to lose, so I think that helped kind of fuel the first month and get me in a good spot to just continue moving that ball forward. I'm so excited because I've never lost this kind of weight in such a short period of time, and so it is definitely motivating to keep the ball rolling, keep continuing with the plan, and just see how things progress from here. In terms of looking back on this first month, of course, there are challenges, there are successes, and I think the biggest challenge is that I haven't been at like a home base. I've been road tripping, and so you never know what kind of facilities are going to be available. Will there be a microwave? Will there be a refrigerator? Will you have kitchen access and be able to cook? So one of the things that I did to get around that was number one, I was traveling with a cooler. So that was super helpful to keep things very cold and remaining fresh. I also bought a lot of just snackable foods for my lean and greens. So instead of, preparing like a full hot meal, a lot of times I was utilizing like prepared meats, like the grilled chicken that you can get that's already cooked, or even deli meat, or using cottage cheese as the lean in the lean and green. And then for the greens, I was doing a lot of things that you don't need to cook either. So cucumbers, and the snacking peppers I found so delicious. You can use them with salad dressing and have like a little snack. You can cut them up and put them in salads. You could even roast them if you did have access to an oven or even a toaster oven to do that with. So those have been pretty flexible sort of core offerings of my lean and greens the last couple of weeks. And then for the OPTAVIA fuelings, I've been using more of the things that don't require a microwave. So things like the bars, the shakes, even like the brownies and soft serves. I have found make great shakes. Like the soft serve actually has something in it that makes it a little bit thicker, and so I've actually started to prefer those shakes, and they end up being a little bit more substantial feeling than the other shakes, at least what I've tried. In terms of success for this month, aside from the obvious progress on my weight loss goals, I would say just, the fact that I did buy that scale, I think was a big success because at first I was sort of convincing myself, like, oh, I'll just see how my clothes fit. This will be kind of like a fun way to track and see how my progress is not on the scale. And I think I read a few resources that really just recommend how important it is to track not just your weight, but inches. So hopefully in future videos, we'll be revealing the change in inches as we go along as well. It just wasn't something that I initially started with right off the bat. And so my inches changed will be kind of a little bit delayed. At this juncture, I don't really have an inch modification to share, but in future videos, I will track that and we'll share it together. But I would say just having a tracking mechanism to keep your accountability. It is surprising how helpful it can be and how you can look forward to that. So in any case, looking to month 2 on OPTAVIA, I of course want to continue the positive trends, but I know I'm going to be doing a lot more activities outdoors. And so I know that typically OPTAVIA sort of guidance says that you should not be exercising, at least strenuous exercise, that it should be just healthy movement, low impact. And I have definitely been doing, or will be doing, sorry, as I head into month 2, I will be doing more, I wouldn't say strenuous activity, but extended activities that are a little bit heavier exercise than is typically recommended on the 5 and 1. So I talked to my coach a little bit, and they recommended adding an extra protein on the days where things are, particularly strenuous, and that perhaps that would help. I've also read about using electrolytes and BCAAs as part of, helping muscles recover and things like that. So those are a few things that I'll be trying in this upcoming month. And I'm heading into month 2 cautiously optimistic that I can continue the weight loss trend. And I know it's not going to be as exciting as month 1, because that first month is typically where you get the biggest change in your routine and your body responds really well. So I know that I won't be continuing to lose 14 pounds a month. That would be crazy to me if I did, but I'm hoping to just continue on the successful path that I've set in month 1, and hopefully with some exercise mixed in month 2 and going forward, I can continue this trend.
Oh my God, Meg, I am so amazed at how much weight you lost your first month. That is incredible.
Yeah, I'm floored as well. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I hope that, the success will continue, that you'll just continue to lose the weight, but that is just phenomenal. My first month, I will tell you, could not compare in terms of quantity to pounds lost, but I'm also very proud. I lost my first month 10.2 pounds. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, my goal was to try to lose, to get 10 off that first month. So I met the goal. So that was fantastic. You mentioned in your update that you didn't have your inches lost yet, but I do have mine. So I guess for future months, we'll both be sharing how much we've lost over 5 different areas. So we're going to look at arms, bust, waist, hips, and thighs. So overall, drum roll please, this month I lost 7 inches.
Whoa.
Yeah. And 3 inches was off my waist. Can you believe that? 3 inches. Wow. I mean, that's huge. So I was just so excited.
Size, right?
That is definitely a size. Yeah. So my pants are definitely loose. Unfortunately, I didn't lose quite as much off my hips and buttocks area. So I'm still wearing pretty much the same size pants, but the waist is much looser than it was before.
Progress.
So, yeah, exactly. Hopefully the hips will catch up. But so we have our BAM, right? Our BAM for the month. So that is our, like, either B stands for our bump or block or barrier, something, some sort of challenge that we faced that month. A stands for like our action or approach that we use to handle that. And then M is our milestone or success that we achieved over the past month. So for me, in month one of the things I really noticed that was a block for me initially was I realized that I did not have the things I needed at my workplace. So unlike you, who can telework largely during this pandemic, I am reporting to work in an office setting on a daily basis. So I started the program and took my sachets and different food fuelings with me, but didn't realize I didn't really have the measurement tools for some of them where you have to microwave. So I realized that it really wasn't quite set up to be able to do that at work, and I'm working a lot of hours that are a little bit unpredictable. So what I did to my approach, I made sure I got an extra set of measuring spoons, measuring cups, took those to work. I also had to find a deep bowl to be able to cook some of the items in. And it's really key to have the right size bowl, the right depth, so that you can stick it in the microwave and not worry about it overflowing. So I tried a couple of bowls and had a couple of mishaps in the microwave before I found the right one. But I found the right bowl and have that now at work. I also just emptied a drawer and used that as my new kitchen cabinet at work. So I have all my items there for measuring, eating, whisks. I brought like little extra things in that I think are helpful. And then I cleared out a part of a drawer that's now like my pantry. So I have a variety of foods that I brought and fuelings that I brought, including something that I think is kind of an OPTAVIA hidden gem, which are these flavors of home meals. They don't really, from what I can see, they're not really well advertised on the site, but I found them and purchased it in my first month just to give it a try. So it's instead of a lean and green, an option that you can have, because sometimes I'm unexpectedly working late at work and I wanted to have something that was shelf stable. So like this just goes in my drawer. I don't even have to worry about keeping it in the refrigerator or freezer or anything. And then if I need it, or if I just feel like having my lean and green for lunch, then I've got it there in my drawer as a backup. So that's been really helpful to help me be successful in a work environment, and it's sometimes unpredictable. So that was the approach I took to deal with that challenge. My M is my milestone for the month. And I would say one of the things that really has been key to my success in starting off the journey was really starting with a new habit. So I started getting up at 5:30 in the morning, and this was not something that I did before, but I kind of made a life change and said, in order to really give this my full attention, I need to get up in the morning and start my mornings off right. So I started setting my alarm for 5:30. I get up, I do some journaling, making sure I set my goals for the day, and then I get in 30 minutes of exercise. So over the past month, I've been doing Seat to 5K, like the Couch to 5K app, to try to get some running in. And I've done it in the past, so I can kind of pick up in the middle. I'm not, I didn't have to start all over from the beginning. So I've kind of been doing like a run walk. And so over the past month, I've been able to get up to the run. So I'm now like running 22 to 25 minutes, depending on where I'm at in my, which workout I'm picking. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So I've been doing that. So having that morning routine has been really helpful to get my day started right, and setting aside that time early in the day to make sure I get my activity in, because in the past I would wait till the evening and I just would never get around to it, or just didn't have the energy when I got back from work. So that's been helpful. But I think it's funny, you mentioned in your video that what you're doing for the next month is looking at kicking up your activity level. Mm-hmm. So what I'm looking to do, like looking forward to the next month, I actually want to try experimenting with moving my intensity of my exercise down. I know there's sort of some controversy about how much activity is optimal on OPTAVIA. And so the running for 30 minutes, I kind of over the last week or so have kind of been on, I haven't lost as much as I wanted to over this last week. I feel like, and so I thought, well, maybe let me try taking my activity down. Maybe I'm burning too much sugar in the mornings. So I'm going to go for it, still have my 30 minutes, but I'm just going to do a walk instead of the run and see how that impacts me over the next month. Just as an experiment. So I know I can always kick it back up if I want to, but I want to see if how much impacts my weight loss by actually decreasing the intensity of my exercise.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it's definitely, we didn't coordinate this kind of
It's funny.
the month one, you know, accomplishment and what we're going to try for the upcoming month. But it's interesting that we're both doing something a little bit different, really opposite ends of the spectrum.
So let's see. So that's basically our month one from our mission SITREP. And
Yeah.
I hope your month two goes well. I'm curious to see how our exercise experiment goes on both sides. And we'll definitely compare notes on month two of SITREP on how our exercise, compare and contrast our strategies and how it worked out.
Sounds good.
All right. Go, sister.
No, you go.
You go. Bam.
Yeah. Bam.
All right. Bye, everybody. Hope you're doing well on your OPTAVIA journey also.